Hey, how's it going, you guys? Marty Schwartz here. Invited my good friend Tony Brucco to come by. We actually do some gigs together sometimes for fun, and we've known each other a long time. He's a fellow musician, comrade, and a guitar teacher as well. So I wanted him to come by and show some of his approach. I think that's actually one of the cool things about YouTube for one, and just the internet now, is that when people are learning guitar, they can get every guitar teacher has their own perspective, and you can really pull from a lot of sources.
Oh, well, thanks for having me.
We're standing strangely close to each other.
I know, this is very good. We're trying to fit within the frame.
I feel like I have the white guitar. I want to go, Wayne's World! Wayne's World! Okay, now that that's out of the way.
It's good that we're, close friends.
Yeah. Careful now.
Not that close.
Okay, so what I wanted to do is just show you, like, let's say, two guitar players are together, and, they're not the brightest bulbs in the in the hardware store, but I wanted to show a couple of things that you can do with another guitar player in a blues setting. Okay, so what we're gonna do, and I have a lot of lessons on the side about playing a basic 12-bar blues in E. Sounds something like this kind of thing, right? What I want to do is I'm just going to show you how two guitar players can play a blues together where they're kind of complementing each other.
That's right.
As opposed to playing the exact same thing. So what I think we're going to do is Tony is going to play the 12-bar blues that has the little kind of riff ideas, like the two-string kind of thing, right?
You can show variations of chords that can fit on top.
Thank you. Exactly. So I think the first thing that I want to do is start super basic. Like, let's say you're a more experienced guitar player. You've been, this is hypothetical. You've been playing for 3 or 4 years, and I'm your, roommate that's been playing for 6 months, right? So I can't do that yet, but I want to jam along.
Right.
So what I would do is I would play, when you're playing that first one, play that first one. We call that's called E7, even though he's doing like a little riff. So what I would do is play this kind of 2-finger E7 chord while he does that. And I can experiment, just stay right there. And so you could go, I can do the same rhythm. Just a basic E7 chord matches with it perfectly, and now we're playing more like an ensemble,
right,
as opposed to just everyone mimicking the same thing. In fact, I remember the first real group that I was in that was out gigging was just an acoustic duo,
right,
and we played all the same exact thing together the whole time, right? And I remember this guy that we respected a lot, who was this guy named John O'Manson, who's had a record deal and stuff. He was like, "Oh, get over here, guys." He wasn't beating around the bush. He was like, "That's pathetic," He's like, "Hey, let me show you just at least a couple of..." Yeah, no, he was like, "Let me show you a couple of things here." He had the real raspy blues voice, He was like, "That's completely inappropriate," So he showed us some ideas, but what was more important than him, just someone, actually I really appreciated it because it opened my mind,
That's right,
Like, I was a beginner and I didn't really even think about that stuff, and he was like, "Here's a couple of things to just start doing," you know. So the first thing, I'm going to keep it real simple. We have E7 for that first riff. Okay? The next thing that we're going to do when he scoots over a string, we call that A7. And I'm going to play this A7 chord. And so let me explain how I'm playing the A7 chord. I got my middle finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, and I got my ring finger on the 2nd fret of the B string, and I play that, right? But then you can also, there's a lot to this, but one really cool thing to try, if that's easy for you, is you slide your middle finger up a whole step, and your ring finger's off now, and you take your first finger and you play the 3rd fret on the B string. And then you strum all the strings, except for the low E, and it sounds like this, like... Back to E. Yeah. Right? Okay, so that's 2 things right off the bat. Hi.
The next. You can also do like the unison stuff,
That's for our hair metal lesson.
Yeah.
We got the wigs in the closet. Okay, so the next thing is just the turnaround, and typically, what would you do? Like a power chord right here?
Either a power chord on. On B.
Yeah. Yeah. So
let's just do it like
that. Yeah, so he's going to do a power chord on the 7th fret, below E string there, and what I'll do is I'll play a B, open B7 chord and let that ring out.
Right.
So I'll do that, and you're doing that, so. And then to A7. And then do you do this turnaround like that kind of thing? So if you did that, yeah. Exactly. So if you do that, when he's doing the turnaround, I'm going to go E7, A7, E7, B7.
Try that again. So.
Yeah, so A7. Perfect, yeah, exactly. So he's doing a little the power chord 12-bar blues thing, and on the turnaround I just went, the beginning of the turnaround would be just B7 2 3 4, A7 2 3 4, E7, A7, E7, B7, and then it starts over. E7. Let's go for it. Good enough. Yeah, you get the idea. So we could, don't get us going on the 12-bar blues.
We'll go forever.
We're gonna run out of tape, So, but the next step, that's one idea. But then, the next step obviously is, you take rounds. Like, one guy plays the 12-bar blues, the other guy works out the licks, and vice versa, and you just keep doing it.
Passing back and forth.
Passing it back and forth.
Just keep going and going and
going. And then, the more musicians you add, the more variety you can do with the soloing idea. And obviously we're doing E blues, so it'd be the E minor pentatonic or the E blues scale, you know what I'm saying? So that wouldn't be too bad. But yeah, that would be a really good place to start. And the blues is a great universal language for musicians.
Absolutely.
Or guitar players, I guess, more than even. But
yeah.